question for this debate is, this house would allow married students to study at public school. Please welcome the first speaker of the affirmative team.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As the first speaker of affirmative team, I will appear our statement that we agree with allowing married students to study at public high school. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, early marriage is often happen in Africa. It's cause more students do not allow to get education after marriage. And this is how we take our scope today is Africa Senior High School. Okay, I repeat, our scope today is Africa Senior High School. Our team split today is as the first speaker, will appear about the mechanism that we will take to make allowing married students to public high school success. And the second speaker will review our mechanism clearly. And the second speaker will continue with the controlling and supervising. Then the third speaker will support the mechanism or the statement of the first speaker and the second speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, to make allowing students to study at public high school success, the mechanisms that we will take is, first, the planning. We will make the planning with the school that involved with this program, with the discussion between the teachers and others. Then we will do the registration. Who are the married students that will get school in the school that involved. And then we do this to give the permission to learn for married students, and we will make recruitments about the learn for married students. The last, we will implement the class division between married female students and married male students. So this house would allow married students to study at public high school. Thank you.
The first speaker of the affirmative team spent the time 2 minutes 33 seconds. So now please welcome the first speaker of the negative team.
Ladies and gentlemen, and honorable educators, we are from the negative side of the house, and we would like to tell you that we are disagree with the motion that this house will allow married students to study at public high school. And we know that the affirmative side of the house has given us a limitation in African continent, ladies and gentlemen. But firstly, as the first speaker from the negative side of the house, we like to rebut what the first speaker from the affirmative side of the house said just now. Ladies and gentlemen, and honorable educators, we already heard that the first speaker of the affirmative side of the house just gave us the planning about how to allow married students to study at public high school, but they don't consider about what would happen in a letter for the student if they plan this proposal that allow married students to study at public high school, ladies and gentlemen. Because we know that planning a process, a long process. If we want to plan something, we need so many considerations. How in the society is it unacceptable or acceptable, and how in the society's vision here are they agree or not, ladies and gentlemen. And then they also said that by planning this, they will give a classification between the married student class and the normal student class. Don't you know they're still in one school? Although they're still in one school, of course, their friend or another student students also know that the student had married, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not effective because we know that in our society something that different is unacceptable, and it is has expressed by so many psychologists in the world, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are from the negative side of the house. I have 2 point of view that we're going to deliver to you. The first is social point of view that's going to deliver by me as the first speaker, and the second is philosophy point of view that's they're going to deliver by our second speaker. And our speaker will give you more explanation why that we should not allow many students study at public high school, ladies and gentlemen. So now it's time for me to deliver to you the first point of view, that is social point of view, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that the student that had married is different with another student. Here we like to say that why we not allow many students to study at public high school, because we also want to protect their human rights. We know that every government in all around the world has to protect their society's human rights. This is the way for them to also get education, but in another way, because you know, if they study in public high school with another student that's not married, of course they will be discriminated by their friend. Why do we say so? Because their friend would like think about that. Oh, my friend has married. Maybe she must be do something bad with his girlfriend or her boyfriend. Of course, it is so bad because their friend think about something bad about their student, and they will discriminate their student, and then something bad will happen in that. What is that? Of course, bullying among their students. Don't you imagine that even in the exam, we already saw the fact that those who had married during the exam also had discriminated by their friend. And what? What about if they get study at public high school with a longer hours than examination? Of course, they will get more discrimination among their friends, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have to tell you that the laymen or the societies around the world, especially in Africa, are not accept something that look different among them, because they thought that something that look different is unacceptable. And can you imagine that public high school is a school that almost known by all societies? Can you imagine when the student going home and they met the societies around them, and the societies said that, oh, that girl had married. Of course, that girl already do something bad. And when the girl heard about that news, of course, the psychologist will disturb. And when a student psychologist is disturbed, it will bring something bad for the education, ladies and gentlemen. So what the affirmative side of the house said is, they're not thinking about how it will affect the married student, ladies and gentlemen, because married student is something that looks different. And we like to give you, we have some proposal in here, and we believe that this proposal is a good proposal for us to be done. The first is, the government in Africa should make a policy that we should not allow married students to study at public high school due to many bad things that could happen in the next sector. Of course, the married student will understand that, oh, the government care about me. I am different with my friend. Of course, I will be discriminated by my friend, and I will be by my friends, and I will try hard to act something that acceptable in society, ladies and gentlemen. And the second is, the government, especially in Africa, will make a distinctive school. Distinctive school is a school that, especially for married students, of course, by making a distinctive school for married students, it will reduce the discrimination and the bullying for the students among their friends and also studying in school, and also in the societies, ladies and gentlemen. And the third, the government should make an inspection of the pamphlet that said that married in school age is not good because it will act another student think something like, what is that? We know that it's we all married students study in public high school. Of course, their friend will think that, our school has allowed married students to study in public high school. We know that in education, something that done in the school age, not just married, because we know that the teenage married is not too good for them. Of course, it is out of the education norm, ladies and gentlemen, because in all around the world, the education norm said that the student that's in school should more focused than their education and should not do something bad that's not acceptable in society, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are from the alternative side of the house. I told you that from the social point of view, we like to say that we give something that even better for the married students, ladies and gentlemen, and even it will protect the student self-esteem and it will reduce the discrimination and bullying among students. And so we are from the negative side of the say that this motion is fair. Thank you.
The first speaker of the negative team spent the time 7 minutes 6 seconds. So now please welcome the second speaker of the affirmative team.
Okay, I'm the second speaker of affirmative teams. We believe that allow married students to study at public high school. And the first speaker of the negative team said that this motion is fair, but in we say this motion is incorrect. Yes. And you say, and the first speaker of the negative team said. The school should to stay the policeman in high school. So, what the work of the policy to police to supervise the student in the school. Now, they have many work. Not only to supervise the student in the school, because they have many problems about the problem in social accident, as kill and other death. If school stay the police in the school, who the supervise the other problem in the public and have, and this argument or mechanism of negative team is weak. Okay, from as the first speaker said that he only to give your mechanism. Okay, so I will to explain the mechanism that is not here on, but you should to listen me now. Okay, the first is make the rule to student. In this rule, we together to make the rule for the married student. What their payment for them? This is problem we together to do together. Okay? And the second is give permission to work for married student. So in this mechanism, we only the permission for married student if they have the permission of their family as her wife or his husband. Okay, because that is important. If they not find the permission of their family, that is real the problem about between school and his or her family. So I the married student if they find the permission of their family. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the second is making requirement about relearn for married student. The requirement we give for the married student is when we relearn in their school, we not to pregnant. That is requirements of all requirements. Because if they pregnant, we should to give them the time for that problem, for that pregnancy problem. And the second requirement is the time study between the married student and the student is different. We will give the time for the married student after the study of the student. That is after the student study in that school. So after that, the married student will that place school. The third requirement is only the something lesson we learn for the married student. Why? Because they need the shorting lesson and not all. If we give them the all lesson, so they will weak. And the third and the fourth is implementing the class definition between married female student and male student. And this if the class not for the all student. We will implement the class division between married female student and male student. That is we mechanism and controlling for me. Thank you.
The second speaker of the affirmative team spent the time 7 minutes 9 seconds. So now please welcome the second speaker of the negative team.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm the second speaker. We would like to about what is second speaker of affirmative team said. Heard that said about permission from the family. Well, in public school, we now have the rule from the government. If they think about the rule from government, it means we have it in another way. Let me imagine, every public school has the rule, not just of school, but we have the rule from our government. Everywhere, public school, it's not boarding school, everybody. So well, if they taught us about the different time, it's been here. We make the discrimination between married student and usual student. Let me imagine, where is our political thinking? We make public school have a difference. Now, as we know, public school that never made the difference between one student and another student. So, where we think, where we want to clear up both emotions. And here, we have our first police. Here, we meet police is rule of government, not a policeman. So here's when we talk about government. Every public school that have the rule from government. It's not just a rule of our family of school, but we have the rule from government. How about government? It means that we came to government, we not need government in public school. Every youth can think about this. We need government in public school. It's not like boarding school, ladies and gentlemen. In this case, we have to clear up this. In public school, we can make a difference between loving how we can love it student and usual student. So here, in this case, we are from negative team like delivery. I'm as a second speaker about philosophy. As a philosophy here, we saw how about school priorities. First reader, when we have low educated students to join with the usual student in public high school. How about this school? How about society see? How society can see about this school? Well, as we know, of course, this school will down in society. Everyone knows that public school is usual school that never make a difference. How if some school make a difference? How about we can learn everyone? So here, ladies and gentlemen, in this case, when we talk about some school that public high school, in public high school that everywhere and anywhere we can find, the government have to join the public school. The government have to join the public school and the school have to join with government. So ladies and gentlemen, in this case, when we have to make the different class, like what everyone said, we can make different time between merit student and usual student. It means here, the society can see that this school will make discrimination between usual student and merit student. Everybody knows that in school or public high school have learned every student. No one can make the difference. So when some student or some school that make difference, how about merit student? Of course, everyone feel discriminated on yourself. Ladies and gentlemen. So in this case, we have to learn what is merit student is different than usual student. Why we say different? Because merit student that have another feeling or they have different feeling like usual student. When they join in public high school, they have another feeling. They have to feel I is not a usual student. I will be a mother. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, we have to clean up this problem. We have to make it another school, not another class in public school, but we have to make another school especially for many students. And in this case, we have to clean up. We have to give the way how we can clear up this problem. This problem that we can clear up by making a new school especially for many students. And in this case, if we talk about the teachers, the philosophy, when the teacher that teach some students, especially their students, have another thinking in every teacher. Why? Because as we know, many students that have do some bad. Not themselves, but of course their family do some bad on their life. So here's when teacher teach them as married students. Married students will feel something what teacher think about them. Of course, many married students, as we know, have another feeling, and usual students have a bad feeling on married students. It's a fact. Well, we can ask ourselves, how you feel if you are a usual student? How you feel you are to our students. So in this case, we are from negative team would like to say that this house would not allow me, married students, to study at public high school. Because what? Because in philosophy we know in our life. For example, like they say, in African country have another feeling. So in this case, we are from negative team, not agree with this motion. Thanks.
The second speaker of the negative team spent the time 7 minutes 12 seconds. So now please welcome the third speaker of the affirmative team.
Educated ladies and gentlemen, before I deliver our argument, first I would want to rebut the first and second speaker opposition team argument. They say that our plan is just planning. We have told before in the team split that the first speaker work is to review the mechanism, and at this point is the plan. And the second speaker, they will deliver the control. This is your mistake in to catch our argument. Then you say that we should to discuss with the government. You know, they know where is this? It's not Indonesia. This is in Africa. Africa is other from Indonesia. If you want to speak Africa, if they want to speak Africa, don't speak like Indonesia. Africa other. We have the concrete data that government of Africa is not really care about it, not really care about their student. So if we, in this point, I say the school not control it or not plan it. So who want to plan it? So I want to ask them, if they have the data, or if they have the concrete data, or only the assumption, only the opinion. How you debating and you don't have the fact or the concrete data? Ladies and gentlemen, then if the opposition team divide the public high school from regular and unread to them, that will be defeat. How about data? They say that the feeling, about feeling, in the Africa, maybe it's same. It's not a big problem. If you have married, if you don't have married, it's not a problem. Because 60% is from human rights. Human rights report book have right that 60% of Africa, this is in the Ebola country, they have marriage. It's usual. So in this case, we as the affirmative team say that the school is more important than the government of America. More of them is not really care about the student. They only care about the money. Then in the last, we want to ask the opposition team, why government should to know? Why they complain our argument in our mechanism? We should divide the class with two divisions for married and unmarried, and they make the school. They make the school to divide the unmarried and married. This is sad. In our argument, we say that our argument is more effective than their argument. Thanks.
The third speaker of the affirmative team spent the time 3 minutes 48 seconds. So now please welcome the third speaker of the negative team.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the third speaker from negative team side of the house, we disagree with the motion today. The motion is, this house will allow many students to study at public high school. But firstly, we would like to debate about the affirmative team have just said right now. They say, we should plan a planning that replaces among married students and unmarried students. But they didn't realize how it will affect students' school is knowing they were discriminated, ladies and gentlemen. And then they just keep saying the mechanism. Everybody can talk, but everything has consideration. And then whether it's acceptable or not in society. Can you show us where is the public school without a rule of government? Can you say, please? Okay, now I will tell you about more explanation about our first and second speaker have just said. We disagree about this motion because the student that has married, they have just get family, so they thinking will be distracted. That makes student cannot divide the time with their family and their study. However, if they just have child, it's so open their learning. So that means here the student only can choose one of two possibilities between go to school or marry, ladies and gentlemen. So if they choose married, that means they shouldn't not go to school again. Not only that, but if the student has married, that also irrigate his learning and dividing intelligence between family or learning, ladies and gentlemen. To the point, all of idea that they have sharing will look it, ladies and gentlemen. Why I say so? Because the thinking of the married student and the usual student is very different, such as our second speaker have just said last now, ladies and gentlemen. So if like that can make some of them to be stressed or another effect. That's mean here, to marry students should not study again. They just have their family. So they must give all of their attention to their family. So they must be focused to their family, not study again. And if they just have child, so they should give more attention for their child. And then we know children need more attention from this parent. So if their student has married, he will be a parent, and if they have child, so they must give their attention to their child, ladies and gentlemen. So we compare here that we disagree about the motion today. Why we say so? Because let's be imagine if the married student go to school, so their communication will be done in the school. Why I say so? Because they will get bullying from this friend, and then the teacher will hate them, and then the teacher don't like them, and the teacher will mocking them to
speaker on the negative team spent time 6 minutes 56 seconds. So now it's time to give reply speech. Please welcome the reply speaker of the negative team.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the honorable educators, I am the reply speech of this debate from the negative team side of the house. I would like to give you the class of the coin and why that our team give you more effective explanation that this motion is fair and that this motion is not to be done by the government. Gentlemen, firstly, we would like to say that affirmative side of the house, we already heard that they just saying something. We know that they just giving us the mechanism, they're giving us the training, but we knew that they don't considering about how it will affect the student, how it will acceptable or unacceptable in the society, ladies and gentlemen. And they don't give us the clear reason why that they should allow married students to study at public high school, because we know that, and they can deny that the married student is different with usual student, because married student is a student that they have married and their friend will think something bad about this student. We can deny it because we know and everybody know that, but in the society, laymen tend to not accept something that's different in their life, ladies and gentlemen. And then they also said that the public school should give a classification between the married student and unmarried student, but they don't realize that by giving the classification between the married student and unmarried student means that they discriminate them. And how could they say that? They also say that they will give a different study hour for the student with the usual student, and it already shows us that they don't really care about the student, and they even give the student more burden, ladies and gentlemen. But our team has told you that we should not allow married students to study at public high school due to the students' protection itself. Why? Because we know that the married students tend to get discriminated and bullied by their friends, and by not allowing them to study at public high school, it means that the government, especially for the African government, also protect the students' self-esteem, ladies and gentlemen. We already give you the proposal that the government should build this school for the married student, and the student will understand that the government care about the student. And then we already told you that the government make a policy that the married student should not study at public high school due to many reasons, due to many bad things that could happen to the student, ladies and gentlemen. And what we told you, the bad thing that could happen to the student is discrimination and bullying of their friend, and something that unacceptable in the society. Don't you realize that something that unacceptable will get mocked by the other people? So can you imagine, and especially for African students, can you imagine if you are the married student studying at public high school, you don't care about how the married student in that school, and especially if the student is known in that, that if there's only one student that if there's only one married student at that school, and even it will give more disturb the psychology of the student itself. But ladies and gentlemen, they also said that they could give us, they said that we don't give you the fact and concrete data, but we like to tell you, we sure that everybody all around this room, not only on this room, all around the world know that what we say is something that happened in the church, something that everybody can find everywhere they go. And don't you find also they don't give us the data, they give us the data, but they don't tell us the source. And something with the source is the fake, ladies and gentlemen. So it's true that what they serve us is something that can be done, because this is something with consideration, because we know that there's a plan or everything is in process, and process is in consideration, especially in social, that is acceptable or not. So we like to say that our team can give you an explanation and proposal that more effective to accept by the government, because the student, or not only student, everybody need protection, especially for their right. And this is the way for the government to protect the student right, because what we give you is acceptable for student and also for the society. Because we know the married student is something that tend to considered as a different thing and the society as something different, is tend to get more. So we are from the negative side of the house. We'd like to confirm you that this motion is ruled by our team because we already show you something that by the truth, something that acceptable, something that will give something in a long term, in the long run. Because something that happen in the long run, and a long term is more effective than something in the short term. Because affirmative science is not effective. So we have some negative things I can say that this motion is fair. Thank you.
The reply speaker of the negative team spent the time 5 minutes 5 seconds. So now the last one, please welcome the reply speaker of the affirmative team.
First, I will mention the shortage of the statement. First, I find the fault of their statement. They say they are disagree with the motion, and all of us know that the motion is this house rule. Not this house believe that. So they must agree with the motion but disagree with our mechanisms, isn't it? And then they don't have a concrete data. Even when the third speaker of us asked them, where do you have the concrete data? They didn't answer us. And they asked back, do we have the concrete data? Yes, we have. The third speaker of us has said that we found this fact from Africa human right book. And then they say that they not agree with this motion, and in the last they say that this motion is failed. That means they have failed the motion. And then they have said the mechanism that they will take is make a special school for the medical student. And now, please, we don't talk about Indonesia, we talk about Africa. And I believe all the people know Africa is one of poor country. And now I ask them how long time we'll need to make the new school for medical student. And the funds, where will the funds come? And then there are a conflict between the statement of the first speaker and the second speaker. The third speaker. The second speaker said that the mechanism that they will take is make a different school for medical student and unmarried student. And the third speaker of the negative team said that they are not agree with the motion. And I think that's really complicated. And then we are really sure that our mechanism is very effective. And who knows, one day the medical students that have given the education can give the revolution for their country. Thank you.
The reply speaker of the affirmative team spent the time 3 minutes 2 seconds. So thank you so much for the team that has presented nice debating. So now you can join your friends